Okay, this is the fourth and final video for the Chapter 3 test review. And my class is making me laugh right now. They're weirdos. Alright, so this is 19 through 22. So if you look at these, remember you want to find two that if you can just go ahead and put them together and eliminate something, that's best. If not, you can always multiply, but I think I've made these where you can eliminate something right off the bat. So if you put these two together, the z is going to go away. So that would give me negative, oh, hold up, my pen's fat. Ain't no, that's no good. All right, so this gives me negative 2x. 2 and negative 4 would give me negative 2y, and then the z's cancel out, and 3 and negative 5 make negative 2. So now I need to put two other equations together so I can have an equation to put with this. So if you look at these, I need to eliminate the z again. So this needs to be a positive 2z. So I'm going to take this equation and I'm going to multiply it by negative 2 to make this positive. So I'll keep this top one. And then I'm going to multiply this by negative 2. So that would give me negative 6x, negative 4y, and positive 2z is equal to negative 6. So add them together. That gives you negative 2x, negative 9y. The z's cancel, and then you get negative 23. So I'm going to stick that over here with this other equation. So it would be really easy to eliminate the x because both of these are negative 2. So I just need to multiply one of these by a negative 1. I'll just do the second one. So that gives me a positive 2x, a positive 9y, and a positive 23. So when I add these together, the x goes away. This gives me 7y is equal to negative 2 plus 23 is 21. Divide by 7, and y is 3. All right, so now I can plug the 3 back in up here to solve for the x. So I've got negative 2x minus 2 times 3 equals negative 2. So I get negative 2x minus 6 equals negative 2. Add the 6, and you have negative 2x equals 4. Divide by negative 2, and x is negative 2. So now I have x and y, so I can choose one of those original 3 equations up here to plug into. I'm just going to do the top one because it's right there. So I've got 4 times my x, which is negative 2, minus 5 times y, which is 3, minus 2z equals negative 17. So I get negative 8 minus 15 minus 2z equals negative 17. Combine your like terms here and you get negative 23. So I'm going to add the 23. So negative 2z equals positive 6. Divide by negative 2, and z equals negative 3. So the point that satisfies this system would be negative 2, 3, negative 3. Always go in alphabetical order. So if I'm looking at these, if I go ahead and add these two together, that's going to eliminate the y. So 4 and negative 5 make negative x. Negative 4 and negative 4 make negative 8. And 24 and 15 make 39. So I need to choose the other two equations, or this one and this one, it doesn't matter, two different ones to eliminate the y again. So I think I'm going to choose the top and bottom because I can just multiply by 3 up here, whereas I'd have to multiply by negative 3 on this one. So I'm choosing the top and the bottom. So I'll multiply this top one by 3. So that would give me 12x minus 3y minus 12z equals 272. Alright, so I'm going to add these two together. So I've got 15x. The y's go away. 5 and negative 12 would be negative 7. And then negative 22 plus 72 is 50. So I'll put this with this other equation. Alright, so now I am ready to go ahead and try to eliminate something here. So it would be easy if I could multiply by 15 up here. That would eliminate the x, so that's what I'm going to do. So I've got, I don't know why I put that line right there. Getting ahead of myself. So this would give me negative 15x. 15 times 8 is 120, so negative 120. And then 39 times 15 is 585. So now I'm ready to add these two together. This will cancel. This gives me negative 127z is equal to 585 plus 50, which would be 635. Divide by the negative 127, and z is equal to negative 5. So now I can plug that back into this original equation. So I've got negative x minus 8 times negative 5 equals 39. So that's negative x plus 40 equals 39. Subtract the 40. Negative x is equal to negative 1. Divide by that negative 1, and x is 1. So now I'm ready to plug both x and z in. I'm just going to choose the top one. So that would be 4 times 1 minus y minus 4 times negative 5 equals 24. So I get 4 minus y plus 20 equals 24. And if you add these, that's 24. So I'll subtract the 24, and I get 0. And then it doesn't really matter if I divide by a positive or negative anything. I still get 0, so y is 0. So this would be 1, 0, negative 5. Make sure those are in alphabetical order. Okay, Joe Patriot has a piggy bank filled with nickels, dimes, and quarters totaling $8.90. The piggy bank contains 76 coins in all. The number of dimes is equal to the number of nickels, the sum of the number of nickels and quarters. How many of each coin does he have? Oh, Joe. He don't have very much money. He's broke. All right, but we need 3 equations for Joe, and we are wanting to know how many of each coin. So let's say that n is the number of nickels, just because, you know, n goes with nickels. D will be the number of dimes, and Q will be quarters. It doesn't matter what variables you use, all right? It's the same. Okay, so we know that there's 76 coins altogether. So nickels plus dimes plus quarters equals 76. That's one equation. Then you've got an amount of that. Well, we know that every nickel is 5 cents, so 0.05 times n, plus every dime is 10 cents, so 0.1 times d, plus every quarter is 25 cents, so 0.25 times q. And that totals $8.90. All right. Then they tell us the number of dimes is equal to the sum of the number of nickels and quarters. Well, that means I have to add the nickels and quarters together. So now I have 3 equations. Well, it would be really nice if I could get everything on one side of this equation. So I'm going to change this and say this is d minus n minus q equals 0. Then I notice if I add this to this top equation, the n is going to cancel out, the q is going to cancel out, leaving me with just the number of dimes. So that's what I'm going to do. So take your top equation and your bottom equation. So I'm going to put it in order. Negative n, positive d, negative q. I'm going to add those two together. So the n's cancel, the q's cancel, and I get d equals 76. Sorry, 2d. It's not like me if I don't have one mistake somewhere. All right. Divide by 2, so the number of dimes is 38, not 76. Okay, so now I know that the number of dimes is 38. So I can plug that in right here in this second equation. All right. I don't want to use the first equation because I use that to find this. So I look at the second equation, I can plug that in right there. And then, if I can plug in for n or q and eliminate one or the other, that'd be great. So in other words, I can manipulate this equation again. So we really don't need this at this point. I can say, okay, well, let's say I want to plug in for n. Well, if I solve for n would be equal to number of dimes minus the number of quarters. So I can plug that in here by plugging in 38, and then that eliminates all of the dimes. All right? So this is what I mean by that. So I would have 0.05 times 38 minus q plus 0.1 times 38 plus 0.25 q equals 8.9. So now I have left our q, so I just need to simplify from this point forward. So I've got 0.05 times 38, which is 1.9, minus, distribute that, 0.05 times q, plus 0.1 times 38, which is 3.8, plus 0.25 q equals 8.9. So put things together. You've got 1.9 plus 3.8, which is 5.7. Then you have, take 5 cents off your 25 cents, so that would give you 20 cents. So now I need to subtract the 5.7. So I have 8.9 minus 5.7, which is 3.2. Divide by 0.2, and you get 16. Alright? Well, then you can do this a couple of different ways. You can plug into this one, you can plug into this one. It doesn't matter. Alright? Take your pick. I'm just going to do the first one. So I don't have my nickels, but I do know that my dimes are 38 and my quarters are 16, and that's equal to 76. So I just have to subtract both of those, and I get the number of nickels is 22. So nickels, there are 22 of those. Dimes, there are 38. And quarters, there are 16. That was kind of an odd problem. All right, last one. Mo, Larry, and Curly went to Del Taco. Mo bought 3 tacos, 2 burritos, and 1 nacho, and paid $9.50. Larry bought 2 tacos, 2 burritos, and 2 nachos, paid $9. Curly bought 6 tacos, 4 burritos, and 3 nachos, and paid $20. What is the individual cost of each item? I don't know how much it is, but those boys are hungry, especially Curly. He seems to really like his tacos. Alright, so we need three equations. You have tacos, nachos, burritos. Taco, nacho, burrito. Alright, T is for taco. It's that movie. N is for nacho. And B is burrito. What's the name of that movie? Glory Road? Taco, nacho, burrito. No, man, I'm looking for hot doggo. Okay, so Mo bought 3 tacos, so 3 times T, plus 1 nacho, that's 1 N, plus, oh, I forgot my burritos. 3 tacos, 2 burritos, and 1 nacho, and it cost him $9.50. Then you got Larry. He bought 2 tacos, 2 burritos, and 2 nachos, and it cost him $9. And then you got Curly, who bought 6 tacos, 4 burritos, and 3 nachos. That was $20. So if I look at these, I could eliminate B by adding these together if one of these was negative. So I'm going to multiply the second one by negative 1. That would give me negative 2T plus negative 2B plus negative 2N equals negative 9. I'm going to add that to the top one to eliminate my burritos. This is making me hungry. Add these two together and I get 1 taco left. Then I got negative N equals, and then negative 9 and 950, well, that'd be 0.5. Alright, so now I need another equation. So let's say I use these two. I can eliminate burritos by multiplying this by negative 2. So I've got negative 4T minus 4B plus, minus 4N equals negative 18. And I'm going to add that to the bottom. So that gives me 2T. My B's are canceled. Minus N equals 2. And that's what I'm put in with this equation right here. So all I have to do now is eliminate my nachos. Alright, so let's take this times negative 1. There I am, putting that line on there again. Alright, so if I take it times negative 1, I get negative T, positive N, and a negative 0.5. Alright, I add these two together, you get T, that goes away. 2 minus a half is 1.5. So my tacos are $1.50. Now I'm going to plug it back in here to figure out what N is. So I have 1.5 minus N equals 0.5. Subtract the 1.5 and you get negative 1. Divide by a negative 1 and you get 1. So nachos are $1, tacos are $1.50. And then to find your burritos, you just plug into the top. So I've got 3 times 1.5 plus 2B plus 1 equals 950. Okay, 3 times 1.5 would be 4.5 plus 1 is 5.5. So 2B plus 5.5 equals 9.5. Subtract the 5.5 and you get 4. Divide by 2 and your burritos cost $2. So nachos are $1. Let's see, tacos are $1.50. And your burritos will cost you $2. That's pretty cheap lunch right there. Or dinner. Alright, that's the end of the videos. May the odds be ever in your favor.